Yo, what's up everybody? It's Jack and welcome back. And got some Black Ops 1 gameplay here for you in the background. Hope you enjoy it, and it kind of goes in with conjunction of what I want to talk about today, as well as a little clip afterwards of just what happens when you call in an SR-71, because that Blackbird is just absolutely amazing. But anyway, on to the topic of today's discussion. By the way, for those of you that were wondering what happened with the challenge, I did stream it. I did stream the challenge of getting 400 or more kills in 2 hours of TDM in Advanced Warfare. I did accomplish it. I got over 450, and I did stream it, but I had to delete the stream video off of my videos because when I played it back today, for some reason it was super choppy and unwatchable. So I'm sorry about that. So, but I did accomplish it. So that's one I could say I did. So anyway. The topic of discussion today is going to be basically why the old Call of Duties are so important, and in China for PC, because I believe that consoles for some reason are banned in China. You can't play on console, it's just PC. But in China they have this thing called COD Online, and it's free to play actually, and it basically combines all the boots on the ground Call of Duty since, I'm guessing, COD 4 through maybe Black Ops 2 or maybe Ghosts. I've looked into it some, but not a lot, and one of the reasons why I haven't looked into it a lot is because it's absolutely going to drive me crazy, because we need something like this in the US, and it doesn't even have to be free to play. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I would pay like a monthly or a yearly subscription or something like that to have basically a game to where the best elements from COD 4 through, let's say, Black Ops 2 were all rolled into one. Everything from score streaks to weapons and maps and class setups, perks, you name it. I mean, I would be all over that personally. And basically, that's what they have in China, long story short. And it's free to play, last I heard, if I remember correctly. And, you know, it just goes to show you how important all the old Call of Duties are. I mean, really. I mean, when it comes down to it, we're going to get the older ones remastered, which is absolutely a good thing, but unfortunately for reasons of money and politics and God knows what else, I mean, I don't think we're ever going to get something like COD Online here. And China is so damn lucky to be able to have something like that. And it would really be a dream come true if they brought something, if something like that was made here in the US. Now, I would be perfectly happy with all the backwards compatibility and the Call of Duty's remastered and everything like that. Sure, absolutely. But you gotta, my best friend actually said this to me a while back when Halo 2 Anniversary came out, and he said, and he's right, he said, when you remaster a game, it's not gonna play like the old one, basically. So if you want 100% nostalgia come true, you're basically gonna have to get backwards compatibility for that old game. And if it were to be patched up to where it could be playable again if it's hacked, then that would be a step closer in the right direction. I mean, that's what I would personally would do. If I was in charge of this whole Call of Duty thing, that's what I would do. I would patch up the old games and I'd bring them to backwards compatibility while combining Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Raven, and Treyarch together to make the ultimate Call of Duty game. And I would bring all the other Call of Duties, I would make the older Call of Duties playable and backwards compatible for two reasons. For number one, a love letter to the fans as a special thank you, and number two, it would be something to kind of keep them in a holding pattern until the new game that I would make comes out. But that's something that's just going to happen in my dreams. I mean, yes, fortunately we do live in a world where dreams do come true, but something like that, I don't know, is very, very difficult. And my goodness, I'm looking at this gameplay here, and I just went off with the chopper gunner. And firing range, my goodness, one of the best maps ever made. And Treyarch has done such an incredible job over the years with the maps, which is one of the reasons why the Treyarch games are just so good as good as they are. And maps can break or make a game, really. That and some other things. And it's really, really hard to make a Call of Duty to where it's not breakable. It's really hard to balance. I can just imagine what the developers go through, and it's a hard formula to get correctly, and as well as pleasing most of the community. So, but with all the older Call of Duty games, there's like something for everybody. If you don't feel like playing a certain game, you can always go to the other one. And I find myself cycling, especially in the last couple of years, I find myself cycling through Call of Duty games, and I feel really sad. Like when I started playing this game again, starting today, and let me tell you, it was an absolutely satisfying feeling. there's a feeling that you get from playing this game that you don't get from the other Call of Duties, and the same thing goes for the other ones as well. There's a certain feeling you get when you play Black Ops 2, when you play Modern Warfare 3, COD 4, you name it. And I think that if a miracle were to happen, if we would get COD Online, I think it would be a great thing for the fans as well as for the publisher that is basically in charge of the money and the money that they get from making this game. And but because we have yearly releases of Call of Duty, it's going to kind of interfere with that. But I don't know. We'll see. I think they're just going to make it as a last resort, maybe an attempt to milk the Call of Duty franchise, but it's going to be a last resort. And if it is going to happen, it's going to happen way, way down the road. But, you know, like I said before, we can dream, right? So anyway, in this clip here, you're going to see that I end up calling my SR-71, and yeah, I'm sure you've seen something like that before, but just when it ends up happening, it's always epic. So, and it was also another excuse to make the video a little bit longer, to make the commentary a little bit longer, and give you guys a little bit more content to watch. But overall, even though for some reason my connection in this game is moderate, it's not an open NAT type, it still plays pretty good, and it still feels good to play this game. And going back to an old school boots on the ground game, and you know, and when you play it again, despite its flaws, because there's no Call of Duty game that doesn't have flaws, it basically just brings you back, and you get to appreciate those games in a way that you didn't appreciate them before when they were originally released. I mean, yes, we did appreciate them when they were originally released, but then, you know, it's like we thirst for them more now, since we want to go back to boots on the ground and that old feeling that we get from when we play the old games. So it is what it is. So older Call of Duty games are important, and I think it's important that we always have them. And you know what? I think it's important that, especially not just because they made a tremendous amount of money and then there's a lot of fans that love it, but, you know, I think that I personally would love it if the older games got patched as well, so they're at least playable. You know, there's not as much of a population in the playlist as there used to be anymore in the old games, but there's still people out there that absolutely love to play these games. So I don't know. I guess it's something out of a fantasy of mine, but if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But Call of Duty Online, if you guys want to look into it, if you don't know about it already, I highly recommend you do. But it'll drive you crazy because you're going to want something like that here so bad. I mean, imagine all the best elements from the previous boots on the ground Call of Duty games all rolled into one. But anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the commentary, and let me know down in the comment section what your opinion is on the older Call of Duty games and about COD Online. If you liked the video, let me know, and if you don't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.